the source, a political public service announcement. Yes, let's call it that. Okay, midterms are happening. Early voting is happening right now in key battleground states. What's happening, y'all? What's going on? Did y'all get y'all mail-in ballots? If you have your mail-in ballot and your mail-in ballot is sitting on your dresser somewhere and you haven't filled it out, please fill that out and get it where it needs to go. We don't have drop boxes in Massachusetts. They just go in the mailbox. But if you have drop boxes, get those mail-in ballots to your drop boxes. If you're in Arizona, I guess you are having some problems with some redneck, racist, white nationalist, hillbilly, clanbilly type folks in full tactical gear out there at your ballot boxes. That is very intimidating. I understand that. I get it. I don't have to deal with that. I don't know how I would feel if I had to deal with that. You have to get that ballot into those ballot boxes no matter what. If they're out here videotaping your cars and blocking you in so they can videotape your license plates, get out of your car and start videotaping their license plates. As a matter of fact, I think I would bring all of my family, maybe my whole generation, with me to that ballot box. Don't go alone. Treat it as if, you wouldn't go after dark just walking around maybe by yourself. Maybe you would. I don't know. I wouldn't. But just treat it like that. Take care of yourself. Make sure that you are protecting yourself as well. But get that ballot to the ballot box, because there is a reason that they do not want these ballots to go into the ballot box. There is a reason why they are suppressing our votes. We say this all the time. This is something, it's like, just in case you missed the memo and you didn't understand why there's a reason. Ladies, bodily autonomy. They want to take it from us. Not just ladies. You have daughters, your daughters as well, your cousins, every female in your family. Republicans want to take it from you. Not for any particular reason, other than that is just what the evangelicals have wanted forever, and that is just exactly what they want to do, right? So we already know abortion's it's gone. So it's state by state by state. You get it. But we need it protected, right? If you've already heard the story of the 10-year-old little girl who was raped, who had to go to another state to get an abortion. There was a teenager in court begging the court, I think that was in Florida, to let her have an abortion. There are women being sent home for their fetus to actually die in their bodies before the hospital will give them an abortion. Doctors have to think about the law before they think about you, because they don't want to end up in jail. So, you know what a solution is? Codifying Roe. Codifying. Just put the code into the law. Like it's codified. It's protected federally. Voting makes that happen. Voting makes that happen. If we don't have Congress, we cannot make that happen. Inflation. Yeah, there's inflation. So is there inflation across the pond, right? Over in the UK, there is inflation. There is inflation in Germany. We had a pandemic. We were just done for 2 years. Not because the government wanted to shut down. People were dying. They had to get a grip on this. They had to get these vaccines going. So because of that, of course, we were all backed up. We are back on track right now. Jobs are being created at a crazy pace right now. Unemployment is way down. But you know what's also happening? Corporations, their profits are up 70%. Why do you think that is? Why are corporation profits up 70%? And we're in inflation. Y'all are suffering. I suffer. Regular people are suffering. Guess who's not suffering? Corporations are not suffering. You know why they're not suffering? Because they're price gouging. Joe Biden cannot go into your local grocer and make those prices go down. Joe Biden cannot fight with Hood or Gerlich Farms or whatever, Kellogg's, to make them lower their prices. They're gouging you, and they don't care, and it is by design. Again, because they want the Republicans in office. They want you screaming about inflation. Guess how we stop this? Vote blue up and down the ticket. This is how this stops. This is how this madness stops. Republicans are not going to stop inflation. They always scream inflation. They were in office. They had Trump. What was there not? Were prices low then? He didn't give you tax cuts then, did he? He gave them to the rich. He gave you nothing. Are y'all forgetting what Biden did? I'm not saying Biden is a god, but during the pandemic, guess what? You had relief. You were collecting those checks, child tax credit. So instead of getting them at the end of the year with your taxes, he was giving them to you every single month so that people didn't fall into poverty. Now poverty is at an all-time low. Why is that? Why is poverty at an all-time low if inflation is so high? Think about it. We talk about kitchen table issues, right? Isn't it important for you to put your children in daycare? Republicans say that Republicans know that if they want suburban women, what they're going to say is, crime, inflation, immigration, like the key words. If Republicans cared about inflation and your kitchen table issues, they would not have voted against giving children free lunches if they cared about your kids and kitchen table issues. Because guess what? Food, being hungry, is a kitchen table issue. Right? Being hungry, that is an issue. That's dealing with inflation. Let's see. Another kitchen table issue. The cost of daycare. Inflation is high. You can't afford to buy groceries. You need to work. You can't work because daycare is so high. Guess who wanted to give you free daycare? Democrats. Like, these decisions aren't hard. You have to educate yourself. There is a party that is consistently trying to help you. Well, what are the Dems doing? What do you mean, what are the Dems doing? You got the relief checks. Infrastructure has been passed. So your roads and your bridges will be fixed. That is more jobs, right? Black men, I know that you need to see and feel the things like just right there, and I'm jumping a little bit. We get it. Like, you don't really understand how government is working, but these things impact you. Infrastructure will impact you because these are construction jobs that you can be getting. So if bridges and roads are being worked on, these are more jobs for you as well. Right? So it's a good thing. But what's going to happen is Republicans will come along and then they will take credit for, oh, look at us. We are building up our roads, but not giving credit to how you got there. Where did you get the funding to do this? They won't take credit for, they keep saying inflation is Biden. What are they doing inside of their state to fight inflation? What is Ron DeSantis doing inside of his state? He is the governor. What is he doing for you guys, Floridians? Are y'all feeling the ease? Is he giving y'all any relief anywhere? It's his state. Florida is his state. What is he doing there? What is Abbott? What is Abbott doing? What's he doing for Texas? Has he shored up that grid yet? What's going on there? Because it keeps failing. Wintertime's coming. That's not important to you, that's not important to you, Texans? It's inflation. The price of gas is high. What is Greg Abbott doing for you other than giving out DNA kits for your kids? Because of the mass shootings. That's what he's doing. He doesn't want to cure the problem. Why would he cure the problem? Why would you cure a problem that is paying you, that's lining your pockets? Less guns on the street, stricter laws, lessens the money and the kickbacks he gets from the NRA. So why would he do that? Just on its face, it doesn't make any sense. He's not going to do it. Texans, do you want to identify your children with DNA? Is that what you want? Because if it's not what you want, then you need to be out there voting for Beto. Right now. You need to go right now. Early voting has started. Go vote right now for Beto. Get yourself over there and vote for Beto to keep your children safe, because Abbott is not keeping your children safe. He doesn't care. What's Kemp doing? Georgians? However, congratulations, Georgians. You guys are out there voting. You guys are out there voting. You have some strong numbers. That makes me hopeful for Raphael Warnock. Still nervous about Stacey because Kemp is a big cheater. Yeah, so worried about Stacey. Herschel Walker, trash. But there is a lot at stake here. We need things to happen. We need the Supreme Court to be expanded. They are going to systematically take away our rights as we know it. Affirmative action. Next week, they will be making a decision on it. It's gone. They're not going to keep affirmative action. They won't even touch the John Lewis Voting Rights Act. Why? Because, black folks can vote. Why do we need to do anything with this? So, of course, they're going to say, why do we need affirmative action? There's no racism. What? People can get jobs. So that's just which is interesting because white women benefited the most from affirmative action. So it's coming down the pike. It's coming down the pike. Really just wanted to come and talk about a little of what's at stake. Don't leave Twitter. I know it sucks that Elon Musk owns it, and I know that it sucks that Yi is back, and it sucks that there's a possibility that Trump may be back. So is racism going to be gone? Republicans don't care. They don't care about your children. They don't care if you can't feed your children. They don't care about you. They don't care about your lives. They're not giving you tax cuts. They don't care about inflation. They really don't. They don't know how much a gallon of milk costs. They don't want to help you. They want power. It is so clear and it's so evident. You have a party. All they do is scream, inflation, crime, immigration. So what are they doing? What's the policy? Does anyone know how they're going to fight inflation? How are you going to fight inflation when Greg Abbott was holding up fruits and vegetables at the border? Do they really care about that? Do they care? They spend money on tricks and stunts, like flying asylum seekers from one state, one part of the country, all the way to the other part of the country. That's what they're doing with the money. and then you put them in office, they're going to spend all their time trying to impeach all of the Democratic Party? Just all of them? Biden, they're probably trying to impeach Hunter. The whole office. It's just like, just put him on the list. We're going to impeach him too. We know he's not in the White House, but we don't care. We're just going to impeach him. Like, that's just what they're going to do. They think it's a game. Like, this is funny to them. This is all funny to them. Marjorie Taylor Greene, Bo Bart, this is just one. It's hilarious. It's hilarious. And people are falling for it. They probably go home, they count their monies, they check their stock, and they're like, suckers. That's what they're doing. After every probably campaign stop, they're like, suckers. Trump is like, suckers. How much money did I get? He probably checks how many donations came in. Suckers. We don't have to do nothing. Republicans literally don't have to do anything but say mean things to other people. Because again, racism and bigotry is fueling it from the bottom. You know, other things fall in line, but racism and bigotry, just hate, is fueling this machine. So, just want to pop on, say a few things. You know, we're gonna get there. It's gonna work out. Stay on Twitter. Keep fighting. There's so many people before us that did not have a Twitter, right? The Boyce boycott. They have a Twitter. They had to get word out, writing letters. It doesn't matter. The fight goes on. We don't stop fighting. Fetterman said, you get knocked down, you get back up. There's no other option. You have a black son. There's no other option when you have this skin in America but to vote and to fight. And if we don't make it this time, you get up and you vote and you fight again. And you speak out and you call all the bullshit, you call it out. There's no option. They don't win. They don't win unless you stop fighting. Keep up the fight.